Check, 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 check. Hype bumping. Einhander, let's go. What's good? Happy Friday. Hello, my friends. It is time to stream some shmups. Got all kinds of stuff. Some stuff I played, some stuff I haven't, but we got all kinds of fun stuff going on tonight. First, I'll get the formalities out of the way a little bit. Today I'm very happy to release my new mixtape as Bullet Heaven. You're listening to it now. It's about a month of culminating tracks from various late 90s, early 2000s shoot 'em up games, otherwise known as shmups. So I'm going to pull up the old Firefox window here, and then we'll take a look. Oh, look, it's me on mod view. Gotta get rid of a few pesky flies before we start. Okay, so here we go. Here it is, Pink Fever Eclipse by Bullet Heaven. It's an hour-long non-stop mix. The tapes are gonna get ordered probably sometime this weekend. Got two different cover arts for it. The lovely logo is designed by my good friend Joe Bastardo. You can check out his work here, josephbastardo.com. He's a legend. He's done some awesome work for, you can see here, he's done some stuff for Food Man. He did my Curse Breaker t-shirt. Some stuff for our good friend Antlered. Overall, great designer, good friend. He's the guy, if I'm like looking to buy a game, he'll be the devil. He'll be like, yeah, you should buy it. You should spend all your money on video games. So yeah, please check out the work of Joseph Bastardo. He did a great job on the logo, especially since I didn't really even give him more than 3 or 4 days. So he really came through in a pinch there. So yeah, he's done some cool stuff. And yeah, moving right on to the games. There's a bunch of games that I discovered kind of through making this mix. The first one I wanted to get into tonight is called Strania. It's by G-Rev. They made a bunch of cool shmups for the 360 and other consoles. I'm not sure if this is like a Xbox Live exclusive or if this was just for Japan or what. I'm not sure. I have a cracked 360, so it's 2011 shoot 'em up title, and I was playing it basically to find music from it and also record some of the sound effects for the mix. And yeah, I just started playing it, and it's extremely cool. It's really compelling. There's like a really cool power-up system. The music is awesome. I gotta make sure the sound is up. Okay, cool. So yeah. Let's see what we got in the chat here. We got Q, Rainy Cakes, Sega Octopus, Abco Lens, Fighting Island, Zodicus, Zedra Cyborg. So you ID'd some of that Techno-Uchi track playing earlier. It's not from Chain Dive, but it sounds really similar. That one's from a Cyvaria remix album. But I've been rocking that Chain Dive OST like all day long. It's so sick. Shibroki, Andy Mack, Ed Jr., Moondees. Welcome. Oh, I got, you know what? I already opened it, but I got a very nice package today. and it's from Rainy Cakes. And I cheated and I looked at the order list so I know what's inside, but I thought I'd do the unboxing here on the stream. So it's got amazing a bunch of bath bombs here from Rainy Cakes. The sexy bomb, the oh my gosh, glow bomb, light up your bath. This is amazing. It's chroma keyed out because it's bright green, but this is so cool. And the disco bomb. Yeah, I've started pre-screening the packages now just to make sure there's no actual bombs in them. I was very happy to see that they were only bath bombs. So thank you so much, Rainy Cakes. I usually do a celebratory fancy bath night after I finish one of my mixtapes, so that's definitely in order for this weekend. Much appreciated. Thank you so much. Yeah, cool. So let's get into some Strania. Andy Mack, I did a brand new mixtape for the Equips Picks Club today, and I was jamming it before the stream started, so I'll probably kind of end the stream with a recap of that. You can listen to like a little bit more. But here we go. No actual bombs. Good, good. Oh my gosh, that's loud. What action figures do you bring in the tubby? My Boba Fett Star Wars action figure for sure. And my Slowpoke Pokemon action figure. Okay, so this is like a crazy combo system. God, it's so intense already. Let me stop to take a breather. You've got like a normal attack and a sword attack. It's super sick. Okay. So looks like I used my bomb already. It's X. Oh yeah, if you just tap X, if you tap A, you get your sword. Any shmup with a sword is like a win in my book. Oh man, I would have had Shibroki pack some Lush stuff if I would have known you like bath bombs. I love Lush stuff. I just covered my whole body in that sleepy lotion before the stream started. I love Lush stuff. Then I got that Sultan of soap lately. Oh my gosh, that's like the best soap I've ever had. I love it, so good. I'm due for a new Lush order. It's very easy to go overboard when you're buying stuff at Lush. Ray Goldberg asks, what's the best bullet hell game? It seems like a cool game. I haven't played any though. You know, it's hard to say what the best one is. There's so many. All of them have various, different systems of intricacy. I'd say like a good beginner shmup might be something like Gradius. It's hard, but it's something that you can kind of learn the ropes. It's a little bit slower paced than something like this, but you should be able to find like Gradius on just about every console. There's also like cute 'em ups, like Parodius. I like the Parodius series a lot. Those are a little bit easier, going. Easier to learn the power-up system, I'd say. Actually, the power-up system is exactly like Gradius. Another good one that a lot of people like that's also very hard is Ikaruga. That's on pretty much every console now, too. Used to be a Dreamcast and arcade exclusive, then they ported it to GameCube, and now I think you can get it on... they made a PS4 and Switch port. It's pretty good. Sword 'em up, that's right. Yeah, the game Radiant Silvergun for Saturn also has a sword, which is pretty sick. You can swipe away bullets with it. Awesome. Swoop. I like that. Yeah, Lush does have great bath bombs and soaps. Store smells amazing. It's really a shame. I've only been in there once post-pandemic, and they're really, really safe. They only allow like 2 or 3 people in the store at once. But it's so much harder because you can't smell things, through the mask. Kind of miss out on that sensory experience of Lush. Zedra, I've not played Brave Blade. What is that? What system is that for? This is rare. A shmup that I haven't played. Lord of Misrule and Guardian of the Forest are good. I've never played. Oh, those are. Okay, I'm like, are those Shmup names or is that a Lush product? Yeah, I've never tried those either. Rachel Pye. Starman, welcome. Better for a little bit than not at all. First shmup was Gunsmoke on the NES. That one, that's one where you move the character forward, right? With the control pad, or is that an auto scroller? I can't remember. It's on arcade. Okay, yeah, I gotta get MAME set up on this PC. I haven't done that yet. I got D-Mule set up so I could play Thomas Wave games, which is pretty fun. Played Dolphin Blue. It's a pretty good game. Hey, what's up, Molotovich? What's up, Sephi Starshine? Man, shmups are about the hardest style of game to play and watch the chat at the same time. Oh, you played it at Taito Hey. God, that is just... Isn't that the best arcade in the world? Fuck, I miss that place. I definitely spent a good part of a day in Taito Hey. And then I realized that I'd probably spent enough quarters to have, like, bought a shmup from, like, Beep down the street. And I was like, I gotta get out of here before I spend all my video game money on arcade games. But, you know, when in Rome, you gotta do it. What's up, Sega Octopus? Have I played Freedom Finger? I have not. What console is that for? Oh my god. Doing bad at this. Gunsmoke's auto-scroll top-down, you're a cowboy killing riffraff. Sounds badass. Working every day. Tomorrow's 24 in a row. That's insane, Molotovich. You gotta give yourself a break there, buddy. Gather your money for travel on SUV. Well, that's a nice thing to save up for. Is Resogun a shmup? I think so, Ray Goldberg. I haven't played that one yet. Freedom Finger is on everything, I think. Great. I might have to see if they have a PC version. I've been digging the shmups on the PC. I gotta get like a USB converter for my Saturn arcade stick. Man, I should have been playing with the arcade stick tonight. I have a PlayStation to Xbox 360 stick converter. That's pretty badass. And I forgot to plug it in. So I'm just using the regular old Xbox 360 pad tonight. Great soundtrack, some Aesop rock on there, some kind of rock stuff. Interesting. Have you played Otamidius? Excellent. I played that while I was looking for stuff to sample for Bullet Heaven, and it was alright. It was pretty easy going. So kind of an interesting take on the whole Gradius formula. It wasn't like my favorite visual style, but it seemed fun enough. This game, like, I don't know how I went this long without checking this one out. This one's just really, really well done. Soundtrack is banging too. At least one track from this made it into the new Bullet Heaven mix. There's a new category in Twitch just for shmups. That's awesome. I didn't know that. It's definitely cool to have a platform for it. So I figured I'd just kind of blast through as many shmups for the 360 as possible. 360 is just a really excellent console for shmups. Not necessarily in America, but in Japan, there's a ton of exclusive shmups to the platform. Including a bunch of stuff by Cave. And they're, in my opinion, one of the best developers of shmups. AW1, love the new Mixtape. Thank you so much. I'm glad you dig it. It took way longer to put together than I thought. Man, there's just like, you think like, you know, I'm gonna make a DJ mix, kind of take it easy, but just curating the track list took so long. I listened to like nothing but Shmup OSTs for like 2 weeks straight. Okay, so this is a game where you take damage if you touch the walls, which I didn't know, so I was too busy looking at the chat when it flashed that message before. This is cool, it's got a little reflecto laser. There's a shmup for Switch I just found out recently that I never heard of either. It's called Jamestown. Anyone here played that? It looks really cool. It's got kind of a Western vibe. I'm just always amazed that there are like shmups that I haven't played yet. I don't know. Seems like at this point I would have played them all. But I'm glad. I'm glad that there's still stuff that I haven't discovered. Oh my god, I got double swords. Too sick. Okay, that's how you change my loadout. I didn't know that. You can cycle with the B button. I kind of don't want 3 swords. I want a rocket launcher or something. Oh yeah, Senko no Ronde. That one I just discovered this past week too, and yeah, I thought that was super fun. And yeah, we're definitely gonna play some Eschatos tonight. That game is sick as hell too. I recently just got an IPS screen for my WonderSwan here. I'll boot it up real quick so you can see. It's nice and bright, and I got the a flash cart in it, so I can play Judgment Silver Sword, which plays in Tate mode, and it's by the developers of Eschatos. Just super, super sick. So I've been enjoying playing that, like, you know, while testing my mix. And then I realized that Eschatos is like nearly the same exact style of gameplay. So yeah, I really like that one. Oh god, Jamestown, I got it in a Humble Bundle years ago. I didn't know it was that old, Chibroki. I just found out about it. I think the Switch port is fairly recent. I could be wrong though. But I know it was on PC first. There's another good one for Switch that was PC exclusive till now, called Crimson Clover. That is a super, super intense bullet hell game, kind of like those Dodon Pachi games. Really, really sick. Really hard, of course. This part is very Ikaruga. This whole game kind of feels like a love letter to Radiant Silvergun. Because you've got the sword, you've got, like, you know, a bunch of weapons, crazy loadout. The 3D spinning is a little bit hard to watch. I agree with you, Q. That game, Raystorm, did that a lot for PS1. I remember thinking that looked just incredible back in the day. That was one of the first 3D shmups I'd ever seen. My cousins just got a PlayStation and brought that one to my grandma's house. And I remember thinking, like, oh my god, this is incredible. Jamestown is pretty cool. Kind of weird that it's widescreen, so no Tate, so two-player is ideal. Yeah, you know what widescreen shmups are good for? Is streaming. So you play Tate mode, it's like, you know, only one little sliver of the window is visible. I mean, we'll see in a second here when I boot up Eschatos. It's going to be a little, like, right in the middle. Thelonious Lecter. Oh, yeah. It's your arcade sad voice sad weeb on my lunch. Excited to see some shmups. Hell yeah. The only shmup I had growing up was UN Squadron for SNES. It was tons of fun, but I was terrible at it. I haven't really played that one too extensively, but I remember it being pretty fun. That's more of like a military-based one, right? I definitely prefer the like fantasy-based kind of sci-fi shmups over the like war, you know, like 1942, Strikers 1945, that kind of stuff. I guess Strikers is kind of a crossover, you know, they got the sci-fi mecha elements and stuff in there too, but they definitely prefer more of the fantasy vibe. The Squadron is based off the anime Area 88. I had no idea. I need to check that out. What I gotta do, I gotta find a good weapon loadout and stick with it. I keep taking whatever they're feeding me. And that's probably why I haven't gotten past this corridor here, but I don't want that sword. Get that away from me. I got a sword. I do like this omnidirectional firing with the seeker missiles. It's pretty good. Oh. Ah. Just hoping not to get singed by that laser. Area 88 is available on Netflix. It's a 4-episode OVA series, and then there's a newer full-length series on Netflix, YouTube. That's sick. I will have to check it out. I've wanted to watch a... damn. I've wanted to watch a new anime for a while. I should have upped my lives in the menu here. If you never get copies, it has a Glade Lancer. It's incredible side-scrolling shmup. Yeah, I love Glade Lancer. That is a good one. I'll never own a copy of it. It's too expensive for me, but I play it on the EverDrive every once in a while. That's a hard one, too. All right, I'm going to boot up some Eschatos. I'm trying to get through as many shmups as possible tonight, and we're already 20 minutes into it, so... Yeah, it's funny, the American cover for Cinco no Ronde is so bad, so I had to use the Japanese one. For some reason, they took... I guess they figured that... a Japanese name like Cinco no Ronde wasn't marketable to the Western audiences, so they renamed it War Tech. Just kind of lame. It's like, yep, Americans cannot handle anything foreign in the Xbox 360 era. Alright, Eschatos time. I'm going to plug in my controller. It looks like these Xbox batteries just do not last for very long. Hate to die in the middle of a firefight. Man. Harder than I thought just to plug in a USB cable. There we go. Okay. Whew, all right. Wartech bad decision. Glad you got Gun Valkyrie on there. I was playing that recently. Yeah, I've wanted to get into that for a while, but I've only played it for about 5 minutes. So this is cool too. They've got the developer Cube's older games. They've got Judgment, Silver Sword, and Cardinal Sins, which is for the Wonder Swan. But yeah, you can play them on the TV, so it's pretty cool. But we're gonna play Eschatos. Oh, I've got it in Tate mode. I need to change the options here. Everyone, go in taco mode to see it. Okay. Game settings. It's not what I want. Oh, there we go. Okay. Oh, shoot. Perfect. Play it. Let's get that up to 100. Sick. So this one's good and simple. You get a wide shot, a straight shot, and a shield. So, keep it simple, stupid, right? Original, advanced, time attack. We're just going to do original. What's up, Blashy? Yo, fam. Yo, Kev. Congrats on the mixtape drop. Thank you so much, Blashy. I hope you like it. Oh, you know what? I turned the music off so that I could record the sound effects for this game. Let me get that back on, because the music is badass. So funny. I forgot it saved my settings there. Music's the best part of this game. You might recognize a couple cuts. There's a Eschatos track on the first Bullet Heaven, and there is one on the new Bullet Heaven, so... awesome stuff. Yeah, I am still doing physicals. I'm doing them in batches of 3 at a time for my own sanity, so... I'm going to put in the order this weekend for the last DJ prom night, my K-Hine remastered gauze tape, and the new Bullet Heaven, so please look forward to it. Yeah, I decided sometime last year that I cannot keep up with mailing physicals every month. It just takes too much out of me, and it's easier on my shipping supplies if I do 3 at a time. So this one's cool too, because you can block bullets with a little shield. Pull it up here. Yeah. So yeah, there's basically 2 attack buttons, and then if you're holding one button down and you press the other one, it engages your shield. And of course the wide shot is a little bit weaker than the straight shot, so it kind of makes more sense to use the straight shot for stronger enemies, and then switch to the wide shot for smaller enemies. Music's so good. It's incredibly good. I love it. Yeah, I've changed the subscription thing too, so you can sub to the digitals for $5 and then just buy the physicals that you want. I've been putting the physicals up on Bandcamp Friday so that I can get the the full width of my investment back on those tapes. So the extra physicals for the last batch of tapes will go up this next Bandcamp Friday. So that's Cursebreaker Z, Symphonic Core 88, and Townsoft. And those are available a la carte for $15 a piece. So, you save money in the long run if you know that you're going to get every single physical, because it's $15 a month. But if you just want to listen to the tunes and buy select physicals, it's not that much more to just, buy them for $15 plus, shipping and handling or whatever. But yeah, your support allows me to live, basically. So I'm very thankful of all of my nice subscribers. You guys are the best. Oh, thanks for posting that link there, Q. It's nice of you. Q's been a sub since day one. Appreciate that. When I first played this game, I did not like the enemy design. I thought everything was kind of generic, but now I kind of like it for its simplicity. Just like, yeah, we're just going to throw orbs and saucers at you. Whatever. You're here for the bullet storm, not the intricate enemy designs. Ah! Come on. I ran right into that one. What's up, Crispy? You ever played Ikaruga? This is a lot like that. Yeah, I love Ikaruga. It's very hard. That's one of those games that I feel like would be worth the time to, like, master. I say that like it's an easy feat, but, I don't know. It seems like, what I gotta do is just pick one shmup and then just play it nonstop for, you know, months to fully master it. I enjoy a lot of shmups, but I'm the master of none. Yes! Blashy has been a super sub supporter since day one as well. Thank you so much, Blashy. Yeah, Zedra, check it out. I mean, if you want to just check out like a mix, you know, I'm happy to send you a couple tracks from it or whatever. You can always do the. I'm not scared of the hit and runs anymore. I don't know. When I first started, I was worried about that, but I don't know. Honestly, I could care less if you sign up, download all my shit, and then leave. At least it gets to be enjoyed by someone, you know. It's like, what's worse, like somebody doing a hit and run, or like, you know, a total of 80 people hearing these releases that I put a considerable amount of time into every month? I'd say the former. Ah, I got kamikaze. It's trying to get that fancy floating bomb. Yeah, we might as well play some Judgment Silver Sword since it's on this disc. But the gameplay is so very similar. That game is really, really fun for just picking up and playing. I'm really glad I got that Wonder Swan backlight, because, man, that console is nearly unplayable without one. The only shmup I'm truly a master at is Lords of Thunder. Man, that one's got a rockin' soundtrack. Yeah, I agree, Blashy. Ah, shit. Yeah, this is kind of one of the deeper cuts for 360. Joe, who designed the logo, introduced me to this one. He's got a nice physical copy. He was like, dude, have you played Eschatos? I just bought that. And I was like, no, but I don't mind if I download it. What's up, Cliffy? Yeah, we're playing Eschatos. Ah, shit. Yeah, 2 credits. That's nice. Yeah, more games need ziggurats. I agree. I want to play that. Tim Rogers did a mobile game called Ziggurat. And I guess it got delisted from the App Store. And there's another game called Ziggurat now that's not the same. But I always wanted to check that out. And can't get it anymore. Maybe there's a way to like jailbreak my old iPad or something. Get all the delisted App Store games. Real life needs more ziggurats too. I agree. Oh my god. I ran right into it. I didn't even see that. Looked like part of the background. Keep forgetting about my little shield. Trying to just purely dodge. So your shield has like a little health bar, if you can see it there. This guy's very Judgment Silver Sword-esque. All the bosses are like weird spherical floating things, and some of them have swords. It's pretty cool. Yeah, I love this track. This is on the new Bullet Heaven. feel like this game kind of takes it easy with the onslaught. It makes it fun to just kind of keep going. It's kind of cool that they show you the lane that you can travel into. They denotate it with those green lines on the edges. It's nice of them to do that. Good design decision. But yeah, the soundtrack is amazing. There's another one too we'll play tonight called Ginga Force, and the soundtrack is by the same composer. Name is escaping me right now. Watanabe? Fuck. It's too many Japanese shmup composers' names in my head right now from making this mix, and it's got me all twisted on who did what. Yeah, the super basic rendering is nice. It's not like oversimplified or anything, but it's not like so detailed that it's distracting. It's easy on the eyes, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Res is kind of a shmup, I guess. It's I'd say it's more of a what do you call the Star Fox type games? Like a I wouldn't call it a shmup, but I'd call it an on-rails shooter. That's what I'd call Res. That might be fun to play. We've got the Xbox 360 version on here, which is quite good. I'd like to play that PS4 version in VR. It looks badass. Yeah, Res is on-rails shooter. Yeah, totally. You ever play Hyperzone? Bullet Hell meets F-Zero. That's that like a Mode 7 game for SNES, right? I played it a little bit. Not extensively, though. I dig the visual style. The bullet help tapes help you focus when you're drawing. That's awesome. They'll either really help me... Ah, shit. I like to listen to them while I work out. It's good, like, getting you pumped music. Ah, man. The, like, name entry music's so good, too. I love it. And rail shooter. Thelonious. I played Res on PSVR and it rules. Yeah, I want to play that PSVR, but I don't want to buy one. All right, let's go on to another shmup. We got so many on this console. I don't want to spend too much time on any one at all. Most commonly uttered phrase of a shmup player. Ah, shit. Yeah, agree. All right. Katana, that one's pretty good. Caldrus is cool. Bullet Soul's cool. What was I? Ginga Force, that's what I wanted to play. And then we can get into some cave stuff. Espeluga 2 or Dodanpachi Saidaioju or one of those games. Molotovich likes to get pumped. Hell yeah. Got some of my green screen getting queued out there. So yeah, this is Ginga Force. Soundtrack is the same composer as the last game. Take it easy, Thelonious. Thanks for joining. I don't think this one's Tate, but just in case. Looks good. Sound looks good. Okay. Sick menu music too, Jesus. See my 0% there. This one I only played the tutorial level. Let's do easy. Can we up the spare ships at all? No. Okay. I wish I knew how to customize my weapons. I don't have any Shmup shirts, but I do have this vintage Microsoft Flight Simulator shirt. I found it at a thrift store for $3 last summer. Thought I'd wear that today. Music's so good. I think I can skip this. Well, let's get right to the shmupping. Gotta love when the first song is a banger. This one's also on the new mix towards the end, if I remember correctly. It's all starting to blur together now. Bullet Heaven should be developed into an indie game. That would be sick. Yeah, I want to make an original Bullet Heaven, or maybe make the new Equip album like a trance-like album. That would be kind of sick. I thought those discs were part of the background or something. Just totally ran into one. Gotta learn that quickly when you're playing a shmup. What is part of the background? So this one's got kind of the same system. It's got like a wide shot and a straight shot. I believe in Japan they made a trip or a double pack that has this and Eschatos on one disc, so very similar. Not sure if it's the same developer or what. Cube or whatever. I missed the menu screen. This one I'm still pretty new to. I just found out about this like last week when I was looking for stuff to sample, so excuse me being terrible at it. Then again, I'm not really great at any particular shmup. Love playing them, love collecting them, love listening to the soundtracks. Oh, sick. So you've got like you've got a shield in this one too. It's just like Eschatos. It's got to be the same team. Give me all those cubes. I thought those were casino chips flying at you, yeah. I wish casino chips would fly at me in real life. If I could redeem them, of course. Man, how sick would it be to just have the musical chops to churn out trance anthems nonstop. Some of these guys, it's like I read about how quickly they made their soundtracks, and it's like, oh, this was recorded over the course of a week. It's just like, how do you do this? Insane. Do you use KH Insider for VGM stuff? If they have it, yeah, for sure. They've got a lot of stuff. I'll use KH Insider, Zophar's Domain. Usually I like to try to find stuff on SoulSeek. And everything on the mix I was able to find either, lossless quality or 320 on SoulSeek. Great resource. Ah, what the hell? I ran right into where they told me caution because for some reason I thought that would be a safety lane. Soul CD. Yeah, Sephi's got it right there. SoulSeek. It's just a file sharing program. It's pretty sick. Alright, this is embarrassing, so I'm going to retry this one. Okay, so you can change the speed with the right bumper, which is kind of sick. I don't know if that has any impact on like your bullets or what. The art style for this is really basic, but it's kind of cute. I like those little anime characters that don't have noses. Like Final Fantasy Tactics. Yeah, I think less anime characters should have noses. I'm all for the noseless revolution. Come on, casino chips, come at me. I'm Mr. Jackpot today. My friend hated that episode of Twin Peaks Season 3, but I loved it. Mr. Jackpots. What a controversial twist for that show. Ah, damn it. I ran right into that bullet. I was trying to, like, wipe it off the screen with my little shield, but... didn't angle it right. I like the graphical style in this, too. I'm really picky when it comes to the 3D shmups. Sometimes they just look bad to me. Yeah, for whatever reason, I can't get into that game, Cinemora. It's, you know, theoretically it's up my alley, but something about the art style just rubs me the wrong way. I don't know. Just not as into it. This one looks like a really nice, clean version of, like, Raystorm or something, so I'm into it. But it's got its own unique flair. The Dodonpachi Saidaioju is kind of like this too, where they're like constantly talking at you the entire time, which can be either fun or distracting. For Saidaioju, I ended up turning off the voices when I played because I couldn't even hear the music, and the soundtrack is so good. We'll get into that too if we've got some time tonight. The Dodonpachi games on 360 are really good. There's 3 of them, I think. There's Daifukatsu, Saidaioju, and Daioju Black Label. All great. Yeah, Sega Octopus knows what's up with Mr. Jackpots. I like the Dougie Jones character. It's funny. Yeah, Japanese VGM composers on another level, for sure. There's this... Shit. Damn it, I died at the same spot. Okay, we're gonna go to another one. Love the giant crab on the building like in Osaka. Yeah! Hell yeah. Oh, Molotovich, you still got a Demonoid account. That's badass. I remember that. I think it was maybe a Junya Nakano record, but it was like all of the songs were composed within an hour or something, and then just like recorded right afterwards. Like, what the hell? I want to dedicate my life to just making music like that. But, you know, you get into dumb stuff like socializing and eating. So Raystorm HD is okay. Radiant Silvergun HD is okay. There's a little bit of lag on those. Oda Media is excellent. We talked about that earlier. That one's pretty cool. Let's play some Mushihimesama Futari. Bug Princess. Denki Man, been listening to Cursebreaker X again recently. Incredible work. Thank you so much. M2, that's that stamp of approval right there. This one I'm pretty sure I turned the sound off too so I could get some sound effects recordings, so. Let's play the arranged version. It does give you so many options. We'll do the novice version for babies. Love the baby mode on these shmups. Yeah, Radergy's pretty fun. The soundtrack for that's sick as hell too. One of the few shmup soundtracks that's on Spotify. Make sure there's no dumb like blurring filter on this. They like to do that sometimes. It looks good. Maniac menu mode. I'm not gonna get into that. So, okay. Looks like we're good to go. Yeah, this game has amazing music. See if I can crank the lives here. Oh yeah, 5. Let's crank that bomb stock all the way up. Yeah, baby. Curse Per X is my driving 25 minutes to work soundtrack. That's amazing. That's kind of what I pictured. I wanted to make a short album that you could listen to on your commute. So I'm glad that you're using it that way. New Gaia was my vaporwave sexual awakening. That's awesome. So, avid listeners of Bullet Heaven will recognize the voice of Princess Reko, whom I have sampled in both the original Bullet Heaven and the new one extensively. All the soundtracks for these games have like a voice track where they just give you everything that the character has said in the game, so it makes it nice and easy for sampling. So yeah, like all cave games, this one's just a visual splendor of amazing high-definition 2D graphics. Great sound effects, too. Amazing soundtrack. This is... Both these Mushihimesama games are just the full package IMO. I'm liking this baby mode. This is sick so far. I don't think the first couple levels are particularly hard in the arcade version, but if it means that I could play it a little bit longer on this slightly laggy capture window, then it's good news for everyone. Dude, you gotta turn this off. You aren't allowed to play it outside of Japan. Yeah, I love those legal warnings where it's just like, if you are playing this outside of Japan, you are engaged in a crime. It's like, damn, I didn't know it was that serious. Unbelievably badass, fighting a gigantic T-Rex on the back of a stag beetle. So cool. How do you have these Xbox OG exclusives on a 360 like Otogi and Gun Valkyrie? I've got the this particular Xbox I bought pre-modded on eBay with the RGH hack, and it had Aurora dashboard pre-installed. And I know that, I don't know about Gun Valkyrie, but I know that Otogi does not run on the 360 through backwards compatibility mode. So I was surprised. I was just like, oh, you know what? I'll dump the ISO on there and see if it works, and it does. So there's some sort of software like lockout. This track I put on the first Bullet Heaven, one of my favorites. So sick. Giant enemy crabs. And evil turtles. Yeah, the original Mushihimesama is really good, but I think I prefer Futari. The graphics and the music are just a step above. This one looks amazing too on a CRT. Take a shot every time I say CRT. This is Shiburoki's favorite. That's awesome. It's very easy to like. Amazing colors and music and sound effects. Love that yeah sound effect. Use that one a lot. There is no ESP Rade on the soundtrack. Or on the Bullet Heaven soundtrack. I've tried to use tracks from that, but they've just never really fit in. I much prefer the soundtracks to Escaluda to ESP Rade. Though ESP Rade is a super fun game, and I got that M2, that recent M2 port for PS4, the M2 Shot Triggers collection, ESP Rade Sai or whatever. Super fun. I'd love to master that one as well. That's got a really good system, really good mechanics. I love how, like any game where you can collect the bullets and then like strategically, you know, use them as a power-up. Yeah, I'd say if you have a 360, it's imperative that you look into the RGH mod. I wanted to do it to my other 360, but I did not feel confident enough in the performing the work. And I looked at getting somebody to do my 360, and then I found this one on eBay for like $100. So I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna buy one that's already been modded. The reviews for this dude seemed pretty good, so I think there might be some soldering involved, and it was the kind where you had to like make a serial cable out of an old printer cable or something to like flash something to the JTAG port, and I was like, ugh. I'd rather just pay $100 to somebody and just get the modded one in the mail and not have to worry about it. But it's nice. You can transfer games to it via the LAN Ethernet through like FileZilla, so it's super convenient. 360 plays none of my original Xbox games. Yeah, I also still have the. Oh yeah, Crazy Taxi 3 is pretty fun. I also still have my original Xbox hooked up so I can play that on my CRT in the living room with the light guns for House of the Dead 3 or whatever. That one's sick. Yeah. Molotovich loves that too. Yeah, you know what? Sometimes mods aren't worth it to do. Especially if you value your time. Also, like, my soldering iron isn't great, and I've definitely, like, lifted pads and stuff before. So, I'll do, like, really basic stuff. I did my Saturn. I did my SNES Junior RGB mod. That was really easy. There was just, like, some through holes. Nice and lined up. Just drag solder across them. Super simple. Saturn mod chip is, like, 2 solder points to take power from the board, and then you plug in the CD ribbon cable. I did my Wonder Swan the other day. That was really simple too. I think there's like 4 solder points total just to get power to the new screen board. This is a game where the slowdown definitely, well, I mean, all games slowdown usually helps you out, but this is one where it always seems to kick in at the right moment. God, these enemy designs are just way too good. I'd love to get like a Mushihimesama art book or something. Just like concept art of all the enemies. How easy is it to mod the SNES to play Super Famicom? Super easy. If you want to do it the barbarian way, all you have to do is pull out the 2 tabs on the inside of the cartridge slot with pliers. If you want to do it the, like, you know, the classy way, then you get a micro Dremel or something and just Dremel them out. You can also use like if you've got like a long file, you can file them out. It might take a while though. I happened to find a micro Dremel at a thrift store for like $7, which is crazy because they're usually about $100. So, you know, I snatched that up. And immediately I got home and I took out the tabs from my all 3 of my Super Nintendos, and also took the tabs out of my N64 so I could play Sin and Punishment. My boy Lil Liam got me a really cool Shmup maker for 64, Desimon 64, which actually has a couple built-in games that are kind of like Raystorm. As far as I know, there's only like 2 shmups on 64, maybe 3. There's a Star Soldier, that Desimon, and then there's if you count it, there's that Viewpoint prototype that was never released. Great boss music. Just feels really high stakes. Seeing modding the Dreamcast, collecting dust in my closet. Any cool ones that don't require soldering? Yeah, there's a lot of things you can do to the Dreamcast that doesn't require soldering. You can get a GD EMU, which is a drop-in optical disc emulator that replaces the CD drive. So you just open it up and you just pull the CD board out, and then you put the GD EMU in, and then you can load games on an SD card. It's really sick. There's also the USB GD-ROM, which is what I have. It's the same thing basically, but you use a USB stick instead. And then there's that fancy Terra Onion mode, which is really, really nice. But a little bit more expensive. Hype, you're working with Bonnie-chan again for the next Equip full-length POG. Yeah. Man, the sketches I've gotten back from her so far have been insane. So good. This aesthetic is insane. Basically exactly what I was imagining. Came up with the VGM wave moniker, False Garden. So cool. Yeah, it's... Yeah, mechanical flying bugs. And like crabs and T-Rexes. So good. There's a PS2 version of Mushihimesama. That one's got a lot of slowdown, but it's still playable. That one you can get an import of for like $80 or so. The Xbox One's a little bit more expensive, if I remember right. I'd love to get physicals of these, but like all of the Xbox 360 cave shmups are like close to $100, and it's just like, eh. I don't really collect Xbox 360 stuff. I pick up cheap games, but I don't think I've ever spent more than $2 on a 360 game. For whatever reason, I've been really into collecting PSP stuff lately. Oh my gosh, look at all those enemies. I don't know, something about the packaging is really, really fun to me. I've always loved Sony stuff. Probably my biggest collection is PS1 and PS2. So it just kind of feels like a cool extension of that. Man, I like this laser that I got right now. These like steel needles. So sick. Star Soldier Vanishing Earth. Yeah, that's the one for 64 for sure. If I remember correctly, that one's not too positively reviewed by Shmup aficionados, but I've never played it, so. Did you see that I just got hit with something for like maybe the first time? And it did some weird little cancel out sound. So that must come with the territory if you're playing on baby mode. I gotta say, I'm loving this baby mode. I think more shmups need a baby mode. You know, sometimes you just want to relax and kick back and see all this beautiful art, you know, like the scrolling backgrounds and the enemies and the particle effects and all these bullets. But you don't want to, like, you're not really down for a frustrating time, so. You know, there's times where you want a challenge, you want to grit your teeth. And then there's other times where you just want to kind of shmup and chill. So right now I'm in the mood to shmup and chill. Oh, see, that happened again. I got hit again, and it was just like, pew! Maybe I've got a health bar or something that I can't see. Any thoughts on the Machine Girl song Bullet Hell? I can't say that I'm familiar with that one, unless it's, you know, I've got Gemini on tape, and then I've got, Keith sent me a copy of, the one with the long title, I'm Young and Hate Everything You Stand For, or whatever. Crabs are bugs from the sea. Yep. Totally agree, Misty Morning. Whoa. That was crazy. Probably spent over $100 on my first 360 game, too, since I basically used my 360 for Guitar Hero and Rock Band. LOL. I remember that era. It was like senior year of high school. Oh, I died for the first time. Yeah, like my senior year of high school, everyone was just playing Garage Band nonstop. Never played it, Star Soldier in 64, but I think they made a better version of it for GameCube. Yeah, it doesn't surprise me. Just about all the GameCube versions of 64 games are generally better. Perfect game to shmup and chill with. Agree. It's really easy to just get absorbed in the backgrounds and like miss the oncoming, you know, onslaught of bullets coming at you. Mega slowdown. I'm glad. Yeah, I mean, this is basically like Dodonpachi with bugs. Very similar, like, formations of enemies where they kind of come at you diagonally, like the tanks coming across the bridge in Dodonpachi. I'm always making fun of Mark Junker, R23X, because he always plays games on story mode, like the easiest difficulty. And I can't remember what game we were talking about, but he's like, dude, should I play that? I'm like, sorry, dude, it does not have a baby mode. All in good fun. Sometimes I wish life had a baby mode. I guess that when you're a baby, that is baby mode. Somebody else takes care of you. God, what a dumb thing to say. I wish life had a baby mode. I'm already past it. I'm in hard mode now, for sure. So video, the final boss, this game, absolutely insane. Micro movements or you're dead. Yeah, I played through the original Mushihimesama like last week. It wasn't on baby mode, but it was on normal with, infinite continues, and yeah, it was that was insane. It's one of those things where it's just like, how could you possibly beat this unless you had memorized the entire game? Even then, I was just like, I don't know how. The nice thing about these games is your hitbox is pretty small, and they basically show you where it is. It's like that little floating green orb thing in the middle of my ship. So I talked about it a little bit in the description for the new Bullet Heaven mixtape, but one of the things I like the most about the genre of shmups is the ability to kind of put you in a trance state, or flow state, as some people call it. And the goal of the mix was to induce that, without any sort of external stimulus. So, you can just put on your headphones or blast it out of your speakers and kind of enter that flow state wherever you are. Shoot. I love games that have a death mode. It's a sadist over there, Zedra. Yeah, as of 2020, no one is in baby mode. I agree, Sego. Grown-up mode. Initiate. I love that, like, generic monster death sound effect. Sounds like the Doom, like, imp sound effect. But, like, really high res. I wouldn't doubt it if it's the same thing. An insane amount of visual stimulus here. Baby mode in real life is literally being born with extremely wealthy parents. Wow, look at that boss. I wish life had a baby mode, and the closer to death I am, the more alive I am. Yeah. Glad you're keeping track, Rachel Pun. So good. Love it when the enemy laughs at you. Oh yeah, this one's a jammer. Ooh. Narrowly avoided that one. Great bullet patterns here. So insane. The art direction in this game. Love to play the arcade version of this one. I've never seen Cabinet, so I've got nothing to compare the 360 version with. I think that most of these 360 ports are pretty faithful, but I'm always just curious if the arcade version has like more or less slowdown. Sometimes they've got more, but sometimes they got less. Gabber boss music, hell yeah. Too sick, too sick. Definitely played this one for longer than I had planned. But that's okay. If we can see to the end of like one of the shmups tonight, then that would be awesome. Oh, was that it? That's the end of baby mode. Nice. It's very tender. Sick. Wish I knew what the story was. It's always funny when they like shoehorn a story into a shmup. It always seems like a little bit contrived. Damn, that was awesome. This game always gave me a Fern Gully on crack vibe. Totally. Totally, Zedra. No time to worry about stories with shmups. Yep, I agree. What's up, Jay? What area of Illinois am I from? I live in Chicago. We're just gonna go ahead and skip the fanfare and get right into another shmup. What's on my shirt today? This is my vintage Microsoft Flight Simulator shirt. I got this for $3 at a thrift store, and it appears unworn. Shibroki, I did not get the package you sent. I checked my P.O. box on Tuesday, and the only thing that was in there was the bath bombs from Rainy Cakes, so I have not received it yet. But I'll probably go back and check again on Tuesday of next week, so I look forward to it. I hope it's in there. Death Smiles, this is another really good shmup that we got to check out while we're in 360 mode. Pardon me. Too much carbonation here. Yeah, it's cold as hell here, Rainy Cakes, but the past 3 days have been quite nice. Tuesday, like, the sun decided to come out, and it was it's finally above 40 degrees, so I like that. I've never played any of these Black Label versions. Maybe we should try these out. Mega Black Label Xbox 360 mode. There's arcade mode, version 1.1 range, 360, Mega Black Label 1.1. So tough. Let's play Mega Black Label Xbox 360 mode. Any shmups I should start with on the Saturn? About to install a mode. Yes, absolutely. Tsukyu Garentai, Metal Black, Radiant Silver Gun, of course. The Gradius Collection. All 3 Parodius games. There's a Twin B collection. That should be enough to get you started. Layer section, of course. Make sure this doesn't have some sort of a smoothing filter. Okay, it's off. Okay, cool. So this is like kind of a cute 'em up, but it's not really. I just missed a chat message about permanent ear surgery. That sounds really funny. I don't think I'd consider that. I think that they might get in the way of normal life. The fake ones are good enough for me. Okay. Let's be Rosa. Trying to think of my favorite shmup plot and gotta go with Einhander. What's the TLDR of the Einhander plot? I love that game, but I've never paid attention to the plot. Sending you warmth from Miami. Thank you. I'll take anything I can get. Select rank. Level 99. Look at that. They go from level 1, 2, 3 all the way to 99. Or 999. Let's do level 1. Yeah, Ray Force Galactic Attack. Absolutely. Yeah, Thunder Force for sure. Happy new sub. Would have sooner. Confusing how the subscription option is simply not on the Bandcamp. Yeah, the Bandcamp app needs work. So this is pretty sick so far. There's a ranged version of the tracks. You might recognize this one from the first Bullet Heaven. This game is sick because it's got two enemies come at you from both sides, and you can switch which sides you're shooting at with A and B. And this one's got kind of like a Halloween theme to it. Quasi like Nightmare Before Christmas vibes here. But I really like the pre-rendered sprites. Death Smiles 2, unfortunately, is like full polygons, and it just doesn't look as cool as this. My buddy Robbie and his girlfriend Lauren took me out to a video game convention in Madison, and they had an arcade machine of this, and I'd never heard of it, and I was just like, wow, what is this? And I played it and I loved it, and then I had to look it up, and I was very pleased to see that the Xbox 360 version is still cheap. I got a physical of this for like 10 or 11 bucks. I'm pretty sure it's still cheap. Tracking says in transit, dang. Yeah. The mail here is really messed up. I'm getting packages that... Like somebody sent me... my friend sent me priority mail today from St. Louis. You know, which is right next door. And he mailed it on the 2nd. And I just got it yesterday. So this is a bunch of his records. My friend Riley. And, yeah, I sent him a text. I was like, dude, thanks so much for the records. And he didn't respond. And I was wondering. I was like, man, does he think did he think that I, like, got the records and I never said thanks or something? Started second guessing it, but he's a busy dude. This one's relatively easy for Xbox, or for shmups, just in general. This is like a good entry-level shmup. Really pretty. But then, like, the final boss, it just, like, gets the difficulty ramps up to pure insanity levels. Getting tongue-tied here. So this one's like Halloween themed, and then Death Smiles 2 is like Christmas themed. There's like an evil Santa Claus that steals one of the characters, and you have to like go kill evil Santa. Really funny. Not enough Christmas themed games. Especially where Santa is an enemy. Shoot, I missed that one. This game has a really small hitbox too. You can kind of see it. It's just that heart in the center of the character. Totally seen this on Awesome Games Done Quick before. That's cool. I'll have to look up the VOD. Yeah, I would love to see a shmup on Games Done Quick. Shipping here has been thrown way off after last week. Yeah, our shipping's been bad for, I don't know, since like before Christmas. Seems like it's really, really been bad. I love Xmas, though I've never seen snow. You're not missing much. I'll tell you that much. Once you've seen snow once, it's kind of like, alright. That's what it looks like, huh? Yeah, she has a whip, but it shoots like a gun. I'm guessing that's like magic or something. I know that all the main characters are like magical girls. At least that's what I'm guessing. I don't know. I've never really like looked into the story of this. Death Smiles 2 has a nice little like anime cutscene at the beginning where they show the Santa Claus character. That's what they say. Yeah, this one is sick sound design. It sounds like a casino. Nice of them to tell you where the enemies are going to pop up. It gives you a little bit of time to get prepped. Have you played Psycho Dream on the Super Famicom? Yes, I have. I played that on my EverDrive. That was one of the games that I really wanted to buy a physical of my first trip to Japan because the box art is really, really cool. The logo design is just off the chain. Man, that guy went down pretty quick. But I saw plenty of copies. It was just like a little bit more than I wanted to pay for it, so I never bought it. I'm fine playing that one with you on the EverDrive. Oh yeah, Cotton 2 or Panorama Cotton. Beautiful, beautiful game. Blast Wind, amazing. Batsugun, also amazing. Yeah. Layer Section 2 is really slow on the Saturn. The slowdown is like pretty insane. I'd rather play that on PlayStation any day. But it looks really nice. It's cool to see all those polygons coming out of the Saturn. Yeah, Battle Garega has like the most badass soundtrack ever. Composer that did that soundtrack, I think, is probably the most used composer from all of the Bullet Heaven mixes. It's funny because like I'm just looking up who to credit all these tracks to, and I'm like, oh wow, these are like all done by the same person. Manabu Nakimi, I believe. Probably butchering that. But yeah, total legend. That game is hard, man. Battle Garega, that game is super hard. The PS4 version is a little bit easier because they made the bullets pink. The original one, you can barely see the bullets. They're like 2 pixels big. And like when all the enemies die, they explode. There's like shrapnel you gotta contend with. And the shrapnel is so small. It's like so easy to die. So that one, I would... The Saturn version is sick. But I would suggest getting the recent PS4 port. It's way, way, way more enjoyable. Aiden Lyons, I'd say this is a really good beginner shmup. There's a PC version of this too. That's really good. Yeah, Death Smiles. All the Parodius games are fun beginner shmups. There's a cute 'em up for PS1 I really like called Harmful Park. That one's probably runs pretty well on an emulator. Japanese version's really expensive. I'd love to get a physical of that one too, but it's It's a little out of my price range. Manabu Namiki, yes. Not to flex, but I saw him do a DJ set. Oh my god. I'm so jealous of you. Oh, I would love that. Man, if I saw Manabu Namiki, I would... Man, I would want to give him a Bullet Heaven mixtape, but I would be worried about copyright because half the tracks are his. It's like a fine line between, you know... I was talking with everyone in my Discord earlier about how I want to give love to these composers, and I want to say, you know, who did each track and ID everything, but it gets a little dicey since I'm making physical mixtapes. So I think it's best if the, you know, I'll tell you the track names in private or have like a link separately. But the main face of the project will just be a side A, side B type thing. Man, I wonder how much he charges for a remix. I should hit him up and see if he wants to do like Bullet Hell style Equip remixes. That would be sick as hell. Or Technouchi, who did that Chain Dive soundtrack. And a lot of other just amazing stuff. He's been doing sound design since early days of Konami. He worked on like Metal Gear 2 even, way back in the day. Like I looked him up, he's only got like, I say only, but like, I don't know, compared to other people, he's got like 4,000 Twitter followers. He just doesn't seem like he's getting the recognition he deserves. Oh, interesting. You took a video of Technouchi playing. Yeah, I'd love to see him DJ too. That's so cool. They are strict about that stuff. Yeah, I found Technouchi's Bandcamp, and like everything on there is was like pretty expensive, like digital albums for like 2,000 yen, which is, you know, like about $20 USD. Seemed a bit steep, but I respect the hustle, of course. I saw Technouchi commented on like a Kagami Smile video, which is kind of cool. So he's at least hip to like, you know, he's hip to some stuff in the scene. Got to get rid of all those Bullet Heaven tapes before I get a cease and desist. I think there's only like 3 more left of the original Bullet Heaven. So yeah, they're only available to Equip Bandcamp subscribers. But if you want to get in on the action, I'm definitely not going to redo that one. Unless I could somehow miraculously pay for licensing for all those tracks. Very unlikely. All the stuff on Technouchi's label is really, really good. You should all check it out. The label's called Elements of Soul. And there's a really sick album he did with Junya Nakano, I think. Who did the Do Prism soundtrack and some of the Final Fantasy X soundtrack. And it's really, really good. It's just like sick, high energy trance stuff. Really, really like it. Thank you, Terra Tenure. Thank you, thank you. I definitely put like a lot of time into the new mixtape. Definitely a little bit of a story here that I usually just kind of blow past. Yeah, Polynet Commanders. That's I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. It's got like a tank on the cover. Really sick. So you got some optional levels, and then you can go straight to the Hades Castle. Let's do this Ice Palace level. Man, that Chain Dive Arrangements album is so good. So good. That's like the best workout record. Nothing like trance and D&B to get the heart pumping. Shoot, the bonus level is like already noticeably more challenging than any of the other stages. I think this has unlimited continues, so you can probably see the end of this one as well. I mean, come on, we're in the middle of February, end of February, and there's an ice level. Gotta do it. Shit. Was this song in Bullet Heaven 1? No, the only one I used from Death Smiles is the that first track, Burning Halloween Town. In Bullet Heaven 1. Man, those little yellow bullets keep... I don't know why. It's like I gravitate towards them because they look different from the pink bullets. Just gonna bomb all these dudes. Let's clear it out. How many old school consoles do I have? A lot. Just about all of them, Jay. I've got kind of a problem when it comes to buying and collecting those. Still a couple I'm after. I don't have an Atari Lynx. A lot of the old school consoles, like ColecoVision and Atari 5600 or whatever, I don't have. I've got a 2600 and I've got a Jaguar, but those are my only two Ataris, which is fine. I'm not as into those types of games. Be cool to get a Lynx someday. Be cool to get like a nice modded Game Gear. I used to have a Sega Nomad and sold it, but now there's a bunch of cool mods for it, like nicer screens. I wouldn't mind getting one of those again. Dream console is a Sharp X68000 for sure. Japanese gaming computer. Those are expensive. Love to get an MSX someday. Also want to get a PC98. So most of the stuff that I like really want still is like expensive Japanese gaming computers. Yeah, I do want to do a Marty stream. It's it would require changing my streaming setup, which is, it's not a big deal. I just would need to plan it out ahead of time. That one only outputs S-Video. And I'm using the OSSC to stream. And that does not have S-Video input, so I'd have to unplug the FrameMeister from my living room setup and move that into here for the streaming setup. I think we're going straight to the last level after this one. This is brutal. This is really challenging. What about the Scrotac PC? That's I don't have that one yet, R23X. How about an R-Zone? Oh, God. If somebody gave me an R-Zone for free, I wouldn't say no. I would set it up and Yeah, I don't know. That might be kind of fun to attempt to do a stream with. Just film me with the thing on my eye, looking really confused. God, what a wacky idea for a console. Who came up with that? Zedra, I believe we've discussed your buddy's X68K. I'm really jealous. You said they had a, some sort of a, like a floppy emulator or something that you could plug a flash drive into. That's the kind of shit that I want. Something where I can just, like, in one fell swoop, play all the games. Lord knows I'm not about to get into X68K game collecting. Those games are so expensive. Gotta buy one or two, you know, just because the packaging looks sick. But, man, if you really wanted to get all the games you wanted to play on that system, you'd have to be rich. It's like Neo Geo collecting. If you don't already have it, then tough luck. I love to look at the X68K games every time I go to Beep. It's, man, the box art and the packaging and the presentation on those is next level. It's gigantic boxes with like multiple manuals and maps and guidebooks and apex of game packaging right there. They hit the peak. It's never quite been as good. Why were there full moons this month? I don't know, man. That's crazy. I did not know that. Yeah, Virtual Boy is possible. I had my modded for VGA out. I did a Virtual Boy stream last year. And I'll do another one once my flash cart comes in. Because there's a gentleman named Kevin Mella that makes the Hyper Flash 32. And it's a really cool, like, aluminum Virtual Boy cartridge with an e-ink screen. And, yeah, you can load ROMs on it and flash it. So I'm looking forward to that. Definitely have to do another Virtual Boy stream once that comes in. Yeah, Mad Stalker. I want to play that. The Mega Drive port for Mad Stalker is supposed to be pretty good. It's fairly recent, I think. It's like a new port. I know there's a whatchamacallit, there's a PlayStation version too that I've never played. Gonna have to do a PS1 stream when my X Station comes back. That's like an optical drive emulator for PS1. Load up PS1 games on an SD card. A lot of stuff I want to play on there that I've never bothered to check out. I'm all about those optical drive emulators these days. If I can just buy one device that will allow me to play the most amount of games possible, I'll take that over spending a ton of Skrilla on buying individual games. Taking a Virtual Boy to elementary school, kids had to choose between hanging out with that kid and the kid that had the whole Megazord. Yeah, the Virtual Boy is possibly the most, like, antisocial console ever made. You're just in it, in the visor alone. So yeah, there's quite a difficulty spike on this game. Those first couple levels are just like so breezy. And then you get into this and it's just like, oh my god. Columns falling from the sky. It's so brutal. So hard to dodge that stuff. Man. I'm sorry to hear that, Rainy Cakes. I would say a suggestion, but if you don't have any sound, then not sure what good that would be. I'd say close the browser and try another one. I was doing so well, now I'm just getting my ass handed to me. Oh, good, good, good. You're back. Yeah, Mark R23X criticized me for not wearing the headset the last time I streamed the Virtual Boy. You know, it's because it's got the TV out, you know, like I'm gonna look at the TV. He's like, nah, dude, Virtual Boy poser. Should have worn the headset the whole time. Let me tell you, I start feeling very weird after that headset's on for about 20-30 minutes. If I deal with it in like 15-minute bursts, it's not that bad. But the last time I had an extended play session with there's one shmup on that console, Vertical Force, and it's very good. And the last time I played that for like longer than 30 minutes, it didn't take place right away, but like an hour later I was like doing the dishes and then I just got hit with this weird bout of nausea. It's like a weird delayed nausea. It literally only happens when I play Virtual Boy. I don't know, who can play the 3DS with the 3D on? Because the original model I could not play for like, you know, any amount of time. And then I got a new 3DS recently. I got a good deal at a pawn shop. And all of a sudden I could play with the 3D on for the first time ever. Stage is so sick. It's like a demented evil ballroom with trolls on each balcony. It seems very Symphony of the Night. Thank God for unlimited continues, right? Jeez. So crazy. What happened to that donation link? I don't know, Eugenio. It's not in the, it's not in the description, huh? I'm sorry. I appreciate you wanting to donate. It's my fault. I made George change the, I made George put the subscription link in the chat this week. And he must have forgot to copy paste the donation link. Yeah, Sephi, I really dug your set too. I wasn't really all that active in the chat, but I had it on in the background while I was rearranging my room, and it sounded great. Impostrosity. Good username. This is Death Smiles for Xbox 360. Oh, okay, you're Juice Goose. Good to know. It's sometimes hard to remember everyone's YouTube username, Twitter username, Discord username, and real name. I need help sometimes. So I'm pretty sure this is the pre-final boss, final boss. So this is that swamp witch's evil father who's summoning the demons into the world. Nah. Sick bullet patterns. Damn. This one I'm just like, why even try? I'm just gonna get owned. Just bomb spam this guy. Alright, I think this is a weird little dimensional dragon comes out and eats him. Yes, demonic imperator. So sick. And smoked already. I'm gonna die a lot staring this guy. This guy's got some of the craziest, coolest looking bullet patterns. Thank you, Dirt. Love those Satan cubes. Summoning pentagrams to shoot bullets at me as my option throws magical roses at him. Such a cool style. This guy's so hard. Let's use all the bombs. Spine just comes out of his body, Mortal Kombat style. You just fight the spine. Oh shoot. Oh my god. I almost hit the restart button. How terrible would that be? Like, come on, how are you supposed to... How's any normal person supposed to dodge these? Oh, thank you, Billy. Glad you enjoy Curse Breaker. Oh yeah. So I used about 100 continues, so still got through it. Still got through it. All right. Oh yeah, that's Death Smiles, and it's looking like it's right about time to call it. 8:54. Time to take a break. So Bullet Heaven is out. Can relax for the rest of the night. Maybe watch something. Oh, Sego donated $5. Thank you so much, Sego. Very much appreciated. How'd you find the link? What's up, Ed Jr.? Nintendo, hire this man. You're too kind. Also, Quip, did you see that new Pokemon Presents? I did not. I've been too busy working. I haven't had a chance to watch it. It is right there. Okay, cool. Oh, let's stay here with our friends always. Screw the real world. Yeah, I'll check out the Pokemon presentation. I did see the trailer for the new Final Fantasy games. They look absolutely sick. Really, really loving the way that that they're gonna do all of the events from the Before Crisis series into the new kind of graphical style that looks like the original Final Fantasy VII, but it's high res at the same time. Thought that was cool. You know what? I was gonna play us out with a little bit of the new mix, but I didn't even create a scene for it here on OBS, so you have 2 Bandcamp accounts. I was following the old one this whole time like a chump. Yeah, it's kind of a side effect of having my music on both the Yeti and 100% Electronica, because the Yeti gave me a pro Bandcamp account, which is the one that I use for the subscriptions and stuff. And then my other Bandcamp account is through 100% Electronica, so that they can just, upload merch and stuff at will. So, yeah, it's kind of a hard scenario because of the way Bandcamp works. They don't allow, like, 2 partners on the same page, which is kind of a bummer. So, I'm glad you're following the right one now, Clemens83. Sorry for being confusing. I played OG Final Fantasy VII for the first time a couple of months ago, and then played the remake. Yeah, I think the remake is awesome. And I watched the whole Tim Rogers 3-hour review of it recently, and I loved the review too, and I kind of have to agree with him where it feels more like a sequel than a remake, like Final Fantasy VII 2 almost. So yeah, I'm looking forward to Final Fantasy VII 3 whenever they come out with that. But I'm stoked to replay it on PS5 with the full, 60 frames per second and enhanced textures. So it looks kind of cool. All right, well, I'm going to call it tonight. Everyone, thanks for tuning in. It's been really fun streaming with y'all. Eugenio, thank you so much for the $5. Much appreciated. Yeah, I'm ready to take it easy this weekend. I don't know about y'all, but I've kind of been working my ass off lately. So, got to start thinking about next month's Equipped picks. But yeah, thanks for tuning in. Glad y'all enjoyed the shmups. Check out that worldofequipped.bandcamp.com/subscribe. There's all kinds of sick shit on there. $5 a month for the digital, $15 for the tape, and then $25 for the super subscriber, where you get extra stickers and extra Discord channel and all kinds of stuff like that. So, once again, the new Bullet Heaven logo is designed by Joe Bastardo. Please check out his work. It's josephbastardo.com. And y'all have a nice weekend. Take care.